Welcome back, dear children. In chapter number 11, Marathas, the protectors of the nation, we have seen many Maratha Sardars. Now, today we will start with the Battle of Panipat. Can you see this map? This is the place where this battle was conducted, the Battle of Panipat. And this battle was between and Abdali. Understood? I have told you in our live session that he had invaded who? Abdali many times. On 14th January, the Marathas had an open battle by attacking Abdali's army. Vishwas Rao in this battle was attacked fiercely by the enemies and he died on the battle itself. Seeing that their leader had disappeared, the Maratha soldiers lost their courage. And at that very moment, the reserved contingents, here what is the meaning of contingents? The group of people in army. So contingents of Abdali launched an attack on Marathas with a fresh strength and energy, and therefore the Marathas were defeated. Many brave Sardars fell on this battlefield. The Marathas fought at Panipat with the broad perspective that India is for Indians and not for the foreigners. After all, Ahmad Shah Abdali and his army, they were foreigners. Understood? Even Sadashivara Bhau faced many difficulties after the battle in convincing the rulers, our own local rulers in North India, but no one was ready to help Marathas. We can say that the Marathas were the first in our history to realize that India was one country and it was necessary for all to lend support to the king, irrespective of his religion. Understood? Now we will concentrate on the next part, that is the after effects of the Battle of Panipat. The Marathas suffered heavy loss. Children, if the question comes, the after effects of the Battle of Panipat, you should remember these points. The Marathas suffered a heavy loss in the battle. Abdali's army also suffered losses. Abdali or his descendant did not muster any courage to invade India again. They realized that only Marathas have a capacity to control the monarchy, anarchy in the north. Understood? Even they sent a messenger to Pune to establish cordial relations with Marathas. What is cordial relations with Maratha? Friendly relations with Maratha. It is important to note that the Marathas overcome the great defeat at Panipat and successfully revived their supremacy in the policies of the north. Malhar Rao Holkar, Ahilyabai Holkar and the Madhaji Shinde had a lion's share in all this, because after the battle of Panipat, many brave Sardars were killed. The Marathas believed that an outsider like Abdali had no moral right to rule here. Understood? Now, one more person, Peshwa Madhavrao was there. Peshwa Madhavrao was there. After the death of Peshwa Nana Sahib, his son Madhavrao succeeded him to the office of the Peshwa. Madhavrao kept army enemies like Nizam and Hyder Ali at bay. At bay means he kept them away from Marathas, and therefore this Peshwa Madhavrao was successfully established his supremacy in the north. Understood? After the defeat of Marathas at Panipat, the Nizam once again resumed his anti-Maratha activities. He invaded the Maratha territory, but Madhavrao defeated the Nizam at Beed. Beed is a place near Aurangabad, and it is also called as Rakshas Bhuvan, and it is near Paithan. There, Madhavrao Peshwe defeated the Nizam. Hyder Ali was the Sultan of Mysore, you all know. Taking advantage of the Maratha defeat at Panipat, Hyder Ali attacked Marathas in Karnataka. The Marathas defeated Hyder Ali in the battle at Moti Talab. Moti Talab is a place near Srirangapattan. And where is Srirangapattan? Srirangapattan is in Karnataka. At last, Peshwa Madhavrao was also died in 1772. And in the history of Maratha, he is described as honest, hardworking, and determined administrator. The death of his capable Peshwa was an irreparable loss to the Maratha state. Understood? After that, two more Peshwas were there. Peshwa Madhavrao, namely Narayan Rao and Swami Madhavrao, but they did not live long. Understood? Raghunath Rao, who had once raised the Maratha standard at Attock, took shelter with the British to satisfy his greed. And this led to the war between Maratha and British. But Hyder Ali also died, and after his death, his son Tippu Sultan became the Sultan of Mysore. He was a skilled warrior, a scholar, and a poet. Understood? So, not only Abdali but Britishers also invaded India. Understood? He used his competency to increase the might of his kingdom. Who? Tippu Sultan. Understood? He died in 1799 in a battle against British. So Britishers had a battle with Tippu Sultan. Now the last part of the lesson, that is the Maratha supremacy rises once again. In the battle of Panipat, Marathas faced many losses. Understood? Therefore, it was very important for Marathas to establish supremacy once again. The Marathas' prestige in North India had suffered a severe setback because of the defeat at Panipat. Madhavrao dispatched Madhoji Shinde, Tukoji Holkar and Ramachandra Kanade and Visaji Panta Binniwale to re-establish Maratha power. The Marathas army defeated Jat, Rohilas. These are all local kings. I have already told you. The Marathas restored the Emperor Shah Alam to the throne of Delhi under their own protection. And the Marathas' power was revived once again in the north, facing a number of difficulties during the battle of Panipat. Understood? So this much we have learnt in this lesson. Now I will also send you exercise of this lesson tomorrow. So solve it in your copy and then we will proceed on with the next lesson. Till then, see you children. Bye bye children.